What's up, Patriots? It's February 1st, 2024, and we got a watermark. Yeah, there we go. Well, it ain't the way it's supposed to be, but there's a watermark in there. All right. Day 1,121. How much longer can they ignore us? Since our constitutional rights have gone away under this illegitimate imposter alleged regime that we have in power right now. This is J6 News Updates and Chat. We're going to talk about Freedom Corner Vigil number 548 right now. How you doing, Patriots? A lot going on these days. Hey, Sylvia. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Jean. Hi, Hilda. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Denari. Is it Denari or Donneray? All right, I heard someone calling you Donneray, and I don't know which way, how to say it. I like Denari too, but Donneray sounds pretty cool too. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Freedom Corner real quick here. We had another great night at Freedom Corner. Calls are coming in. The letters have arrived. Everyone got a stack of mail. I don't know why they can't deliver the mail every day. It's just one building. But apparently everything takes longer in the DC gulag, man. Medical care, food service, grievances, letters, nothing gets done like right away there. It's crazy, man. We had Dwight lead us off in a great prayer, and then Taylor Jonataka's first call of the night. Steady Eddie on the phone calls, man. We love it, Taylor, and we love hearing what you're thinking about. Last night he read us, first of all, he said, it's a good day in the pumpkin patch. Now, I don't know if I've ever explained this to you, but Taylor calls it the pumpkin patch because in the prison there, they're all wearing orange jumpsuits and orange T-shirts and stuff. And when he wakes up in the morning and he walks out, he's going into the common area there. He says it looks like a pumpkin patch with all the guys sitting there in orange and stuff. And that's just the inside joke there. The pumpkin patch is what Taylor calls the Patriot pod there at the gulag. Yeah, Tammy Money, we got some stuff to talk about, but let's get, I want to get through the J6 part first. Because, yeah, a lot went on today down there where the Patriots are all camping in Texas there. Unbelievable what's going on there. And it's something, it's more of this evil that we are exposing. Who would have known there's all these people waiting to pounce on people who fear God, love their families, and love their country. That's all we want. And we want it for them too, but they are like going out of their way to enslave themselves. It's crazy, man. So anyway, yeah, we'll get to that real quick here. Taylor said he got some outdoor recreation finally. He said they had 2 outdoor recreations this week, which is great, man. Get out in the sun, get out in the, just to get outside, breathe some air for a change, man. It's amazing how difficult this is for the people that run that gulag, man. And then Taylor read us another essay. I think it's by a guy named Denver C. Summers Jr., but I might have misheard that or something. And it's this cool story that I've heard before about the wise men. Like back in the day, before they had, kings and stuff, the village would have a wise man that the people would bring their problems to, right? So there's this one guy, he's got a fruit tree that grows right on his border of his land with his neighbor. And this story is way cooler to hear Taylor say it because I really can't tell stories really good. But anyways, the fruit falls in his neighbor's yard and they have a dispute about it and they bring it to the wise people. And the wise people always made wise decisions, and the village would marvel at their wise decisions every day. And instead, this dispute turned into just showing that the wise men aren't that wise. And that's what we're finding out with our courts here. We're finding out that these judges are motivated by political ambition, political motivations, and they're led by leadership groups. They're not even in charge of their own courtrooms. There's a leadership group telling these judges the direction to bring all these charges that are coming up against the J6ers, man. And it's obvious. And who would have thought this was going on until we came along, having a vigil there every night. They just want to railroad people, political opponents, and get them out of the way and make them shut up and keep them silent. And it seems to be very effective because nobody wants to rock their own boat. But there's 1 million people that went to D.C. on January 6th, 2021. And they've arrested over 1,200 of them. So it's getting near 1,300 arrests now, with plans to arrest up to 2,000 more. Funded by your Congress. They didn't even have enough money to go after all these people, and your Congress just funded them. In the thumbnail for this video, I got the numbers to call your senators and your congressmen. You call the House, you call the Senate, and leave them a message. Tell them to shut this border down. Shut the border down now. 4 words. And we've also been calling them all along with the J6 issues and stuff, but we just need to get more and more and more numbers to start calling their representatives. And if they can't listen to 50 million people calling them up on the phones, then they deserve to be removed from office. Because right now, this alleged president is demonizing half of the voters in this country. Over half of the voters of this country. He's demonizing them. He's saying that this country, that people who don't think like he does need to be reprogrammed. And it's crazy, man. Small Water Guy, when this video's done and you go to look for this video later, it'll have a thumbnail on there. And in the title, I'll have the House and the Senate numbers that you can call. Anywhere in the country, it's a switchboard, and you plug in what state you live in, and then which senator. Everybody's got 2 senators, and everybody's got 1 House of Representative in the House of Representatives, 1 congressperson in the House of Representatives. So we got to get active, patriots, or we're about to lose this country. This is happening all around the world. All around the world doesn't have a Second Amendment. America is the last stand against these globalist demons that want to take over the power structure of the earth. And America is the last stand for this. And I hope we all realize that. I know we all realize that, but what we got to do is make other people realize that. So that whole parable essay thing that Taylor read, man, it's a story that I've heard before, and it just in 7 minutes you get a nice little story to understand how the wise people, if they allow themselves to get pulled around with stupid disputes, and they're not led by God, they are not going to have good decisions. And that's exactly what we see right now in our country with our court systems. Sunkissed, are you okay? Sunkissed, I haven't seen you in a while. I was praying for you. I hope you're doing all right, Sonny. I've heard you weren't feeling well for a couple days. I hope seeing you here means that you're feeling okay now. You mods, man, are awesome. We just found out this morning in that parking lot what not having mods in your channel turns into, and it's not pretty, man. Not pretty. And then Taylor further hammered that point home about the wise people, and just within the last year, we had a Supreme Court justice seated by FJB who could not explain to us what a woman is. Okay, it happened right in front of all of America, and we didn't stand up and say a thing about it. We got a Supreme Court justice sitting on the bench of the Supreme Court that can't define what a woman is, okay? And their logic is so twisted around that it's incomprehensible. It's insanity. It is anti-human. It's crazy, man. All right, I can't think of it right now. There's a bunch of sayings about the gender thing that, like if you're a girl and you want to be a boy and gender is irrelevant, then how does changing your gender make you relevant? You know, it's crazy, man. And then the next phone call we got. Oh, what is a woman and who is Ray Epps? You know, I mean, these are the silly questions that the wisest people in our land that we pay high amounts of money to sit on benches and judge people, that they can't even answer these things, man. In the meantime, your Congress just talks and talks and talks some more, and then they talk about what they talked about, and then they talk about what they talked about before they talked about it. It's insanity. Your government is not coming to rescue you, and this is we the people time. Big time, America. Big time. Next phone call was the DNC show. Dominic Box and Chris Quaglin saying how they just all got letters all of a sudden. You know, they finally delivered the mail. Maybe because we made the phone calls. Nothing happens without the phone calls, it seems. And then they get pissy about us making too many phone calls. Well, deliver the mail, you won't get phone calls. And then Chris was talking about the grievances that he's been filing, and he talked with Dominic about a grievance he filed, and they were just kind of having a funny little go around about what Chris telling Dominic, well, if you wrote urgent in the corner, it might have gotten through faster, and things like that, man. Just funny stuff. They're making the best of what they're dealing with in there. These guys have been in prison for years, and no justice in D.C. And then Chris was also talking about 4 months since he's had that knee injury. It's still swelled up. He just got seen by another doctor, and they're like, yep, it's got a lot of fluid in there. And Chris is like saying, well, can we drain the fluid? But that was just another visit to the doctor. He has to go back into the prison, make an arrangement, and hopefully the jail will make an arrangement for him to go in and see a doctor to get a procedure done on his knee. 4 months he's been dealing with this. This is not the first time. Other guys in the prison have broken bones that haven't gotten that never got attention. Beaten about the head until their eye falls out of the eye socket. We got Jessica Watkins in the middle of transgender surgery and stuff. I mean, there is a lot of stuff with the medical attention prisoners get in America. And it ain't just D.C. It happens in most all the prisons. It's happening here in Dauphin County Prison in Pennsylvania, man. It's in the news here. They write articles about it. Nobody does a thing about it anymore. That's what's wrong with this country. But it ain't what's wrong with us, because we're getting to the bottom of this, and we are making waves, and we're educating people on all it takes is a couple of phone calls. That's it. That's all you got to do. If you can't even pick the phone up and do that, then you deserve your enslavement. You deserve it. Let's see. Oh, and then David Dempsey is just his humor is so funny, man. I would love to just have a couple beers with this dude. He was talking about how he had an injury and a grievance and stuff, and that just joking about how immediate the health care is in that prison there. It's just funny, man. Okay, what else we got? We had Corinne was at the corner last night. You know, she's still in it. She's been in it in all these battles all along, man. Some people like her, some people don't like her, but she's in there. And last night she read the roll call. God bless you, Corinne, for your efforts. She's out on social media. She's filming stuff. She's reporting from the courtroom. I think we should get over ourselves and just understand she's on the same team we are, and she's moving the ball ahead. You know, she is progressing the movement. So I think she's doing her job her way. It may not be your way, but she's doing it. She's on our team. And then Jeff Sable called in, had a great national anthem once again. And then they started talking about this Congress just had a vote about something about the October 7th terrorists over in Israel there, and how they don't want to let any of them into this country. If you were an October 7th terrorist, you cannot come in this country. So our whole Congress just stopped what they were doing and wrote a bill up about this and voted on it. And it was a majority. It was 433 to 2. Okay, so undisputed bipartisan support for this bill. None of them October 7th terrorists are allowed in this country, as if this had to be stated out loud and had a whole bill wrote up about it. I would think we got laws already that say no terrorists in the country, but no, Congress stopped everything, did that, and 2 of them didn't even vote for it. Cori Bush and Rashida Tlaib did not agree with that statement that we should not let any of the October 7th terrorists that invaded Israel on October 7th into this country. And those are 2 people that are sitting in our Congress right now. So maybe you could call about that, but let's keep this one simple, folks. We need 50 million people to call Congress today, tomorrow, the next day, and say, close the border. And we will see the impact that we have, and then we will be able to understand all you got to do is pick up the phone and call them, all right? I just picked up a phone and called the border to my senator, right? And I got an email response back. And he said, well, we voted for this and we voted for that. I don't know why the border's still open, but the border's still open. So it was all gestures, okay? Yeah, you signed a bill about something. It didn't solve the problem. Get back to work. You work for us. That's what we got to tell them, man. Susie Q, let's get over ourselves here. You're either for this country or you're not. You got a little flag in your picture there, Susie Q, but so what? So maybe Corinne was... let's get over ourselves, man. Corinne is fighting for us. She's standing on Freedom Corner reading the roll call. And you trolls, man. I'm so sick of it. So sick of your miserable existence. Jeff Sable was talking with Mickey then at the end of the night about DeSantis. Ron DeSantis went back home, quit the campaign trail for president, went back home, and he's trying to get the Florida Constitution. He's trying to get 4 things inserted into Florida Constitution. One of them is term limits. Okay, man, it's great. Let's get some term limits. We got term limits on the president. Why don't we have term limits on the rhinos and the Democrats who get into these positions and then it's a cushy position for life. They make millions on the insider trading and all kinds of different ways they make millions from bribes and all that. Term limits, Ron DeSantis, right on, man. Making Florida great again. A balanced budget requirement. Every year you must balance the budget. No more kicking the can down the road. Great for Florida. It'd be great for the country, too, if we could get these guys in Congress to understand they work for us. Line item veto for the governor in Florida, all right? So they put these big, giant bills together. You can't tell what's in there, what's hidden in there. They call it the Save the Kids bill. And then in there, there's all kinds of other stuff in there. Just because they can't get together and make a determination on one issue, it's called pork. They put it into there. And then all lives for all mandates. If they set a mandate that everyone's got to get a shot, then even the senators got to get a shot. Even everyone in the government's got to get a shot. Even though that shouldn't be an issue, he's saying that they offered exemptions in the other one. Florida Surgeon General, by the way, is one of the valiant doctors that is fighting against the vaccine stuff that happened in this country, man. Let's see. And then after that, so Jeff Sable, Ron DeSantis is probably a really good governor. He just didn't have the thing for the presidency yet, didn't have the right team behind him, and Trump was running, all right? We got a guy already. I don't know why it all happened that way, but that did happen that way. And he's a good guy. He's on our team, okay? DeSantis is on our team. And he's doing good things for Florida. All right, Ridgeline. Is the camera messed up? It looks okay on my end, man. All right, small water guy. All these patriots, we will not go extinct. Be fighting for 50 more years, but we're seeing right in our lifetimes how it takes one generation to change everything 180 degrees, man. Our children are going to be growing up with these screens in their lives. We don't even know how this affects children yet because there is no lifetime study yet. But what we're seeing is that they're not socially adapted. Take the screen away. A lot of them don't know how to communicate. Lots and lots of stuff, man. It takes one generation. It happens fast, and it's happened in our lifetimes, and we see it, and we got to sound the warning signal, man. We are the ones, those older people who can still remember what it was like before cell phones and, before weaponized government and stuff. We can see it. So we got to be sounding the warning. I think that's why us older people are fighting this battle. Okay, camera looks good. Ridgeline, I don't know. It might be your phone or something too. I got good reception, good network here. Everything's peaking out, so it should be coming through good, Ridgeline. But then Jeff Sable was talking with Mickey and Tammy afterwards, and he called Obamacare. I never heard that one before. I thought it was funny. Thought I would mention it. Obamacare. In fact, I never heard Obama, but that seems to fit him really well, man. All right, that's it for J6, man. Freedom Corner Patriot Warriors holding down the fort down there in D.C. in the swamp and the scum and the sewer of D.C., the mental illness capital of the USA, right down there, man. So we can, let's get to what's going on down in Texas right now, okay? We had all our Patriots, they made it to their camp finally. After 3 grueling days of driving from Virginia Beach, they finally made it to the camp in Dripping Springs, Texas. They got a spot where they're camping. And we got invaded, man. Invaded in the chats. There was 2 guys walking around that parking lot today acting like they were all patriotic and stuff, but then you click on their channels and you should have seen what was going on in their channels, man. I'm not even going to mention the channel because I hope this guy goes out of business, but we'll tell you in the chats tonight which channels to unsubscribe to because they were going around looking for new subscribers. And I subscribed. I started sitting in on the one guy's chat, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm having a chat with the fake Jericho. All right? And he looks exactly like me. Got the same address. He says a statement. I say the opposite. And it went on and on for a half an hour, man. There's a fake Wyckoff's America in there. There's a fake Republic Road Reel in there. I don't know how many other fakes there were in there because the dude didn't have a mod in his chat. And he thought he was all cool because he didn't have a mod. He wants to have open speech. But he's just playing that so they could sit there and trash talk while he's walking around with a camera in our camp. So hopefully they got rid of this guy. What an idiot. What a buffoon. And no doubt about it, this guy's going to play the race card, okay? No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I met this guy before. In the TPC, man, and he was off then, too. Small water guy, you remember this guy, man. We had dinner with this guy in that big camper that was parked right behind us by the Speedway there. He had dinner with us, man, and he is a mole. He's a anti-American racist, and his whole chat, the whole thing was he had a camera in our camp saying all the right words to all the right patriots, interviewing them all, right with the camera, right in their face, interviewing them, asking them all the good questions. In the meantime, his chat is going off, just ripping on anybody in there, getting all kinds of information on the people that were in there. So, and luckily, this only lasted a couple hours, and he's out. He is out, man. All right. And then there was another guy, and we had to get on it, mods, and we did get on it. And then we had to text everybody that was there, let them know, hey, this is going on. You guys don't realize it, so heads up. And then they took care of it, man. Same thing happens all the time. I mean, if those trolls wanted to go have a little troll fest somewhere, I'm not going to take a camera into their camp. I don't care what they're doing, but this is their miserable existence, man. They don't want this country to be great again. They want to ridicule Jesus and our beliefs, you know. They want to ridicule salvation. They don't understand that they're eternal beings, and they're gonna spend eternity in damnation if they don't accept the blood of Christ to cover their sins, man. They are separated from God and need a reconciliation, and then they mock those who know about it. So we got to get loud and proud on the Jesus message. And hopefully that'll at least repel them out of here. But God set our streams up so the trolls can hear about Jesus, because they ain't hearing about it in their own world, you know. So way to go, mods. Way to go, patriots down there in Texas on the Take Our Border Back convoy. All kinds of exposure of evil and misinformation and wickedness, because mainstream TV is still saying there's 700,000 trucks going to be showing up there. We got that JLR Investigates guy. He's still thinking there's thousands of trucks showing up from somewhere. So I don't get it why that guy doesn't even know, because I thought he was cool. He did some good reporting, but JLR doesn't even understand there's 20 live streamers sitting in a parking lot that aren't coming to Eagle Pass. And this has been the story from day one, and the lies have been just propagated over and over and over in all the fake media that's out there. This is the real Jericho, Don Ray. Yeah, the real Jericho isn't this handsome. Because I don't even know what he looks like. He's a faceless coward. And that's just one of the fake Jerichos. There's more than one of them out there. So heads up on the fake accounts, man. All right. The real Jericho. Yeah, Tina, it's crazy, man. They'll do anything for attention. Or this is more nefarious than just seeking attention, because I got some legal issues in D.C., and this guy's going in pretending he's me, saying things that I don't know if it's going to get back into this legal problem I have, but it could. And how do I prove it's not me, other than the fact that I'm sending exact opposite messages in the same chat with him? I don't know. I can't even imagine that that's even going to get brought up. What kind of judge would even want to hear about this drama that they create around themselves? Stormbringer? All right. Okay. I mean, JLR, he's doing some good reporting, but he is a goofy dude. The real Jericho, please stand up. Well, the real Jericho's got a lot of subs. The fake Jericho's got one. That's one way of checking it, but you got to be a mod to check that, you know. So that was the scoop down there, man. The convoy last night was awesome. Man, they went till 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. It was only midnight there, but it went late last night, and it was 3 grueling days of driving for them. And I was glad to see them, that they could just wake up and chill for till the afternoon. They're all supposed to be going to a rally now at 5 o'clock. One group, so there's multiple convoys now. The group in Dripping Springs, one group left and started heading west towards the Yuma rally in 2 days. They will be camping out in Las Cruces, New Mexico tonight. That's an 8-hour drive there. And then there's a big rally in Yuma on Saturday. And the group that stayed in Dripping Springs is then going to go down near the border, but not at the border, to a children's camp that got put out of business from the COVID debacle. And they're going to have some type of a rally near the border. But there was never a plan ever of this convoy going to the border. Yet that is what you consistently heard from all kinds of news service, not just mainstream media, but all kinds of alternative right-wing media was also reporting this, that they were going to go to the border. And it was never true. Never. And if you just looked up the website, you would have understood that. Hey, Stormbringer, how's it going, man? You got him in here. Good to meet you, bud. Good to meet you. Let's see, there should be numbers after the fake Jericho. Name that doesn't show in the chat. Carrie, there is. And they are the exact same numbers as mine do. I checked it. Yeah, so when you're encountering a troll, just tell them that they need Jesus, and that's why God sent them here, okay? Because they're looking to cause trouble, but really in God's plan, in God's wisdom, he set us up to deliver the message of salvation to the trolls, man, which turns it into a remarkable thing of beauty, doesn't it? God takes what you meant for evil and turns it into good. And maybe a couple of them, it'll dawn on them, what ridiculous, miserable existence that they have without Christ. And that'll get them to think, man. Because them patriots out in the parking lot, regardless of what they say, they're having a good time, man. They just did a 3-day road trip. They're fighting for their country. There's lots of better things to be doing. But at least they're off the sofa doing something about it. They not only picked the phone up and called their congresspeople, they got in their trucks and invested $1,000 to go down and drive in this convoy to bring eyes to the wickedness that surrounds this country. We are surrounded, people. We are surrounded. And our military is all wrapped up over in the Middle East now. And we got an invasion happening on our border. Our cities are infiltrated with terrorists right now that have come across that border undocumented. Our airlines are letting them fly on all their airplanes without proper security checks that are mandated by the TSA. But somehow these people can fly for free. They can fly without passports or IDs. They get a phone. They get money from our taxes. Our taxes that go to D.C. is winding up in their pockets so that they can flood this country with Democrat voters. And they're already making moves toward that. They're going to let them vote. They're going to let them work on police forces. They're going to let them join our military. We are surrounded. We got 120,000 people every year dying from fentanyl that's coming across that border. We got our schools, our government education systems are accepting sexualizing elementary school kids and calling it health class. You know, they're exposing children to sexuality, which is something that a child never understands until they get a lot older. A lot older, man. Right on, Ridgeline. Can't wait to see you, man. That's going to be awesome. Okay, so we got live streams now. I didn't want to cut into their I didn't want to take wind out of their sails. And let's pay attention to what's going on down there. Let's expose more wickedness. Let's continue to fight for this country. I'm going to get you to J6 updates tomorrow. And if you don't have time to watch the whole vigil, then you can check up on the updates here. I'll let you know who called, just like we did today, man. It takes 20 minutes. I can tell you what happened there last night. But it'd be cool if you had time to check out the Vigils. No, Possum, we're not talking about trolling on the lake, you know. But I know you're joking, dude. Dude, hope to see you down there too, man. All right, Patriots. I love you guys. I love my mods. I love all you mods, all you live streamers, all you Patriots. Boots on the ground. You're awesome. This is what we need to do. This is how we need to do it. Get everyone you know to just pick up a phone and make 3 phone calls to Congress. And if they ignore this, they deserve to get removed from office. All right, you Patriots, let's get back in. Battle's continuing. This is Jericho, over and out.